Hi guys, super excited to be here with you for our Q&A, Business Accelerator Q&A session. Welcome. We're just a few minutes early, so I'm just going to take a moment just to make sure everything's ready and we're all set to go, and whilst people get to actually join us. So we'll get started very soon. Yeah, fantastic. Yeah, so welcome to everyone that's just joining us. If you're just joining us, we're going to have an amazing Q&A session together. We're going to be answering all your questions that you have about how to grow your business. And what I'd love you to do if you're just joining us is please do just give StreamYard permission to be able to see your name. So I'm streaming using StreamYard into my Facebook group. So if you're joining in LinkedIn Made Easy Facebook group, if you can just click on this link, streamyard.com/Facebook, give Facebook permission to be able to see your name, then that would be awesome, because then I can actually see who you are and I can talk to you directly and say hi and everything else, which would be brilliant. I can see that Rosa's already kicked us off. Hi Rosa, good to see you here, welcome. So I see there's other people who just joined us. If you're joining us, if you want to just say hi, let me know who you are and where you're joining us from, that would be brilliant. That would be awesome. So we are kicking off very, very shortly, we'll be getting started in just a moment. So if you're just joining us, say hi, let me know that you're here, and where you're joining from. And if you haven't as yet given StreamYard permission to see your name, streamyard.com/Facebook, that will give StreamYard permission so that then I can see your name when you post, which would be amazing. Hey, hi Angela, good to see you here. Welcome. Yeah, super excited about this session. This is the first time that I've done a Q&A session like this, which is just open to everyone, rather than just being for my students. So I am really, really excited to be able to have this opportunity to answer your questions on this session. So welcome, Deb. Deb is from Kansas. Welcome, Deb. Great to have you here. Dana, hi Dana, good to see you here as well. Welcome. Fantastic. So if you're just joining us, say hi, let me know you're here. And we are going to get going just in a moment. We're going to get going very shortly. So I can see my email's just gone out. So that's awesome. You guys have my email. And so you know we're live now, and hopefully we're also getting a chatbot notification, a Facebook Messenger notification as well, which would be great. So just to let you know a bit about what we're doing today, it's going to be a session where you can just ask anything. So you're going to post your questions into the comments, and any question about how to grow your business, how to accelerate the growth of your business, anything that you've been stuck with right now that you would just really benefit from having some advice about how to solve or how to get through. I want to help you with those questions as well. It's essentially anything that's going to help you move forwards. That's really what it's about. And of course, and welcome to Terry. Hey, Terry. Hey, Maria. Maria is here with me as always, and she's going to be just making sure that I catch everyone's questions, because I don't want to miss any of your questions. Carolina. Hi, Carolina. Good to see you as well. And if you're just joining us, say hi as well so I know that you're here. And just give StreamYard the ability to be able to see your name so that I can say your name when you post, which would be great. So what we're going to do is we're going to dive into your questions. Obviously, some of you that are joining us here, hi Cynthia from Silver Springs. Hi Cynthia, good to have you here. Some of you know that this is a pre-event event for a very special 3-day event that I'm hosting in April, which I've only just started telling my audience about. We haven't even sent an email out about it yet. And that incredible event I'm hosting in April, from the 20th to 22nd of April, is the Accelerate Your Impact and Income, and it's a virtual 3-day event. And in that event, what we're going to do is I'm going to help you to know how to take your business from where you are now to 6 figures and beyond. So I'm actually going to be mapping that roadmap out for you. And we're going to deep dive into things like how to put your group program together, how to create a webinar that's going to allow you to convert a lot of people into wanting to work with you, so that you're leveraging your time, you're leveraging your marketing, you're leveraging your selling. And there's going to be a ton more that we go through as well. But obviously, I'm going to tell you a bit more about this event later on today. But it's, the wonderful thing about it is you can join the priority notification list. So you can be the first to hear about when tickets go on sale for this event. And the great thing is that the tickets are not expensive. There are 4 ticket levels, and the entry level price point is just $47. Okay, so you're going to get a ton of really valuable information over 3 days, but it's at a ticket price which is really affordable for everyone. That was something that was important to me to do. And the other great news about this 3-day event is that we are going to be raising money for charity. We are going to be fundraising for charity, and so all profits from ticket sales go to 2 amazing charities. We're going to be supporting Feeding Britain and Feeding America, which are 2 charities that work with making sure that families and kids who are vulnerable and don't have enough money for food get food. They get enough food, they get money to buy food, and they are able to eat. So that they're 2 incredible charities. And so the big aim that we have is to have as many people join this event as possible, so that not only do I help you guys who come on the event with growing your businesses, even during this time, like I've been able to do and like my clients have been able to do, but at the same time, we raise money for those people who are the most vulnerable people right now, most affected by the pandemic, and really make sure that they have enough to survive. So I'm going to ask Maria just to share the link. In fact, I don't know whether she even has the link right now, so I'm going to pop it in myself, so that you guys can sign up for that priority notification list. It's where you're going to get more information on the priority notification list about exactly what this 3-day event includes, all the timings and that kind of thing. And if you get onto the priority notification list, you're in with a chance of being the first people to know about when the event goes live, so you can buy tickets, but also the first people to potentially get a free upgrade. The first 200 ticket purchasers get a free upgrade to the next level of ticket, which means that you could get $150 worth of free upgrades or more. And there's lots of different elements of what you get with an upgrade that you'll be able to see when you go through this priority notification list. So when you go to this ticket page, you will see more information on this. Okay, so just going to pop on the details of how to sign up for the priority notification page. Okay. And just make sure that when you sign up for that page that you go through all the steps, because the first step is click on the button to get information and then put in your details. Don't worry if you're trying to do it on a phone. Don't worry if it asks you for your country code in the top left. Ignore that. We've had a few tech gremlins today with that piece, but just enter in the details, click submit, and then it'll take you to another page where you can see all the different ticket levels and you can reserve your tickets. And when you reserve your tickets, you get notified when the tickets go on sale 60 minutes before everyone else on the priority notifications list. So if you just go through the steps, you'll see exactly all the information. So you'll have a really good overview about this event, and you'll be able to reserve your tickets now. Amazing. Okay, right. So I'm just going to, if you want to be able to see the priority notification list, it's just at this URL that I've just posted in as well. But we also have it obviously in the comments. I've just popped it in as well. And Rick, could you just take note of that so that you can share it when people are needing it as well? That'd be great. All right, so I can see we are already getting questions from you guys, which is fantastic. So I'm going to start taking your questions because that's what this is all about. And my main aim for the next hour that we have together is really just to be there and support you with whatever the biggest questions are that are stopping your growth right now, that you need answered so that you can move forward. And that's what I'm here to do. So with that, we're gonna dive into this and get cracking. And I can already see we've got some great questions. So, okay, let me just take off the banner and we'll go in. Yeah. Oh, and just love all of your comments as well. Thank you, guys. It's so great. I'm just reading your comments. So, Tim, welcome, Tim. Good to see you. Okay, so we have a great question here. I'm sorry I can't see your name, but you're asking, what should I focus on when trying to get my first few clients for sales coaching and consulting? Okay, so when you're trying to get your first few clients, there are some key steps that you need to get in place to be able to get those clients. So your first focus is to find Nemo. Okay, so I call this Finding Nemo, and you're probably thinking, what on earth is Finding Nemo? Well, Finding Nemo is what you need in order to monetize your expertise. And so what that means is you need to nail your niche, you need to know your mission, which is your why, you need to communicate your message, so you've got to be clear on what your message is, and then finally you need to create that irresistible offer. And so once you've found Nemo, you are all set to attract your first few clients. And to be honest, they will also just turn up. Okay, I promise you, they will turn up when you find Nemo. If anyone else loves Nemo as much as I do, you will literally have clients turn up, because you are going to be so clear and so confident about what you're doing. And of course, once you have those elements in place, and that's what I teach in my Monetize Your Expertise program, once you have those elements in place, you're then ready to start actually going out and using something like LinkedIn, being visible on social media, and starting to actually reach out to people who are your ideal clients. Now, if we're talking your very, very first few clients, I would think about who you know. So this might be easier for the individual clients possibly than some of the consulting clients, but think about who you already know that either knows someone who is your ideal client or that is your ideal client, and write a list of at least, like, say 10 to 20 people. Okay, and then what I would do is, again, we've got to find Nemo first, right? So get Nemo sorted first. Get your NMMO sorted first. When you've done that, go out to these 10 to 20 people and say, hey, look, I've just put something together that I think is really ideal for, and then say who they are, right? So it's really ideal for senior execs, or, really ideal for entrepreneurs. If you're looking for sales coaching, consulting, it's really great for entrepreneurs. Go out to them and say, look, would you have 10 minutes so I could just run you through it and just get your feedback on whether you think this is a good idea or not? Okay, and so you're entering into the conversation from a really non-threatening perspective from their standpoint, because you're entering in and they know that you're not going to try and sell anything, but from their side, they're going to go into helper mode. And so when you get on the call with them, you ask them a bit about their situation, right? Because this is part of the process. You're going to want to know what they're struggling with, what they most need, what they would really like in terms of their ability when it comes to sales, and selling for their business. And then you can tell them a bit about what you've put together and how it could help them with those issues that they're having right now and where they would like to be. And I promise you that you will have some of them turn around and say, do you know what, that sounds amazing. How can I work with you? Okay, because these guys already know you, so there's some trust there, or they're an acquaintance of someone that knows you. Okay, so that's how I would get your first few clients. And we're not talking complicated stuff here. We're talking about just writing a list of 10 to 20 people that you can essentially do some market research with. And I promise you that you will get incredible information that will really help you to then go online and start to market yourself online. So you'll have the right words that they're using to describe their problems. But at the same time, you'll probably have some of them convert into clients. And I have used this with clients time and again, and it works so well. So I hope that answered your question. I'm so sorry I can't see your name, but if you can just post and say if that was helpful, I would really, really love to hear from you, if that helped to give you a starting point. And on the 3-day event, the Accelerate Your Impact and Income 3-day event, I will be talking you through Finding Nemo more. So we will actually spend a piece of time actually going through my Finding Nemo approach to monetizing your expertise. This is something I newly developed, and I think that an acronym is really good and memorable for making sure that you remember that kind of key foundations to how to monetize your expertise. So we will be going through that. So again, the event could be really helpful to you in, with that stage, but then also the next stages. Even though I'm showing how to take the business to 6 figures and beyond, you're still going to benefit a lot from what we cover in the event. Awesome. Rachel, you're not late at all. You're absolutely perfect. I know it's really difficult. The US times have gone back. We haven't yet in the UK and Europe. We haven't gone back with our times yet. So we've got this 2 weeks where times are like an hour out. It's really confusing. So yeah, don't worry. You're perfect timing. You arrived just on time. So Deb is asking, restate what NEMO stands for. So Nemo as in the fish is NEMO, but I'm kind of like minus NMMO, okay? But I'm calling it Nemo because it like kind of, it's memorable that way. And it stands for nailing your niche. Okay, so that's what you first of all got to do, is understand what your gifts are and then make your niche around your gifts and who you want to work with. And then you want to know your mission, which is your why. What is your purpose for doing the work that you're doing? That is going to lead you to move through all those obstacles that you hit. Anything that comes up that stops you on the way, you need to know your purpose because it's going to move you through that. And I cannot explain to you how important that is. I'm going through it right now, launching this 3-day event, and we are hitting quite a few tech obstacles. I'm on my 3rd tech person in 3 days, and just to get the priority notifications page ready, right? So we're hitting a few obstacles. But my mission is about really empowering my audience. I want you guys to see that even during this pandemic, it is not difficult for you to take your business to 6 figures and beyond. I want you to know that there is a process for growing a business, for 2xing it, 3xing it, 5xing it. And I want to share that with you because that's what I've done with my business during this pandemic. And that's what I've done with my clients' businesses as well. So my purpose is like to empower my clients, empower my audience, so that you guys can, just like have that wand, that helps you to grow your business. And so you create those dreams that you want, you manifest them and make them real. So M, in terms of knowing your mission, is key. When you have that real sense of your purpose, you just don't care about how many tech people you get through in order to get to like getting your sales page up so that you can actually share what you're doing, right? You wade through all of that to get there. Okay, so that's what M stands for. And then we have another M. The next M is about communicating your message. This is key when you want to understand what your message is, so you can clearly, in just like one sentence, say what you do and how you help people. And I often say my sentence is, when I'm communicating my message, my sentence is, I help coaches, consultants, and business owners to 2x or 3x their business in just a few months by harnessing the power of LinkedIn. That's what I say. And if I had to say it in 2 words, I'm the queen of client attraction. That's me. The queen of client attraction, pretty much the queen of LinkedIn, but also more generally than that, it's client attraction. So you see, if you get it really clear, if your message is super clear, that's what's going to stay with people. That's going to draw your audience to you. And the final point is O in the Nemo. So your O is your irresistible offer. This is about creating an offer that sells itself because your offer is the exact solution to your ideal client's biggest problems. You literally have created something where they like go, oh, thank God for that. I now have the answer to my problems. So that is Finding Nemo. And that foundation will bring you clients upon clients upon clients. And that's the key to success for any entrepreneur just starting out, or entrepreneur that wants to be able to grow and scale that business. Okay, I hope you guys like that. It's my favorite thing ever, coming up with that acronym. Yeah, so Rachel is saying, can you please post the link for the priority notifications list again? So if Maria, if you can do that, that'd be amazing. Yeah, Maria or Amanda. Amanda's here as well, so she will post it too. Okay, so I'm going to go back and just go to your next questions. Yeah, Carolina. Yeah, the entry level price is fantastic, isn't it? Like, that's the point. That's the point, isn't it? Hey, Emma, good to see you here. All right. So we have Cynthia. Hi, Cynthia. So Cynthia owns a travel agency in MD, and I'm looking for busy professionals and baby boomers in the US. I know what my clients looks, but I have trouble finding them on LinkedIn. I offer authentic and immersive travel experiences. How do I filter for my ideal clients on LinkedIn? It seems I get the same people on LinkedIn, and I'm not sure what hashtags to follow or what hashtags to post. Okay, so first of all, Cynthia, there are two different ways to attract your ideal clients on LinkedIn. One is to actually directly reach out and connect with your ideal clients and then send them some sequence of messages to see if they're interested in your services, but also to just start a conversation. And that's one way. The other funnel aspect that you have on LinkedIn is where you're posting content, and then that content brings people to, it warms them up so that then they decide to contact you saying they want to work with you. So what I would be recommending for you is, first of all, if you have a lot of LinkedIn connections already, because it sounds like you've been on LinkedIn for a while, then you want to audit your connections and see who in your connections is really your ideal clients, just to make sure that you have been connecting with the right people. That is the first thing you want to do. So obviously you said busy professionals and baby boomers, so you kind of know that you're going to need to use those filters that are going to allow you to target people of the right age group. So, seniority of job title can really help with targeting people of the right age group. And of course, if you have Sales Navigator, you have a lot more filters you can use to make sure you get the senior exec level. Okay. One of the next steps, once you do that, is to be really clear on this ideal client that you have of busy professionals and baby boomers. What are their biggest problems when it comes to organizing travel for themselves? And I imagine their biggest problem is that they don't have much time. So, and they also want to have a really, they want to have a great experience, and they don't have the time to look up everything in order to find the best experiences for themselves. So when you really dive deep into what their problems are, that's going to help you in creating messages that when you reach out to your ideal clients on LinkedIn, those messages are going to really speak to them, and that will then bring you the potential to get on a call with them if they're interested in getting some help from you, if they're interested in talking about your services. So that's one first focus. And then the second focus, you were asking about content side, which is about what hashtags to follow and what hashtags to post. So when you've built up that audience on LinkedIn with the right connections, and this is what I teach in my LinkedIn Quality Leads formula and in my VIP program, and we cover a lot on the content marketing side in the last 4 modules of the program. We do a lot on the outbound lead generation side with the messaging in module 5 and module 4, module 5. That's where we really focus on that there. So on the content side, again, you want to think about what are the key problems that your ideal clients have when it comes to organizing travel. And then your content needs to focus on providing valuable content that helps them get a piece of the solution to those problems. Okay, and then you also want to think with the content about what might be stopping people from booking travel right now. Okay, and then you need to address whatever their objections might be, whatever might stop them. Because again, if you can allay their concerns about travel, like for instance, maybe any travel plans they make are protected so that even if something happens and the hotel has to cancel, or the flight airline cancels, that they will not lose their money. Something like that could be really important right now, given what's happening with the pandemic and lockdown. That's going to allay objections. So I lost quite a lot of money last year, and so that one of my concerns about traveling now is because I haven't been able to get back that money that I lost, even though I had travel insurance and I had, had booked through it. I hadn't booked through a travel agent. I had done it all individually myself. So that is one of your advantages, is that if they book with you, you can protect them against losing their money. So if you can handle these kinds of objections in your content, that's going to be one thing that's going to really help you. Also talking about what their other problems are that mean that they want your services as a travel agent. And also you can inspire them, of course, with some of your content as well. In terms of hashtags, you're going to be thinking about, obviously hashtag travel, hashtag and then the locations, if you're focusing on specific locations, hashtag professional, hashtag holidays, hashtag, there's a lot of hashtags, but I would look at the hashtags and I would decide based on how many people are following those hashtags as to which ones you want to trend under. So which hashtags can be the best for you to trend under. I would also be using a hashtag to represent what you do, which is travel agent. So hashtag travel agent is another hashtag that you want to include there as well. So, I mean, there's so much more I could talk about with you, Cynthia, on this, but I hope that some of my ideas have just kind of got you started and thinking in the, how you can get more out of what you're doing on LinkedIn. And of course, like I said, we go into a lot of depth on my LinkedIn Quarter Leads formula. So if that's something that's of interest to you, just, send us an email at info@clientnectar.com or just post into the comments section now, and Maria will be able to help you out. And actually, Maria, do you want to just post in a link for the LinkedIn Quality Leads formula? That would be great, just in case Cynthia might be interested in that program. Awesome. Okay. And yeah, let me know if that helped to answer your question, Cynthia. That would be great. Ah, brilliant. Yeah, Cynthia is saying that was good. Awesome. Yeah, and in terms, you've just asked a question about how many hashtags. I mean, I would typically include 4 or 5. I tend to find that I run out of space to include more hashtags than that, because I like to use as much of the characters as possible in the main body of the content. So 4 or 5 is plenty. It's not like Instagram where you're going to be putting a ton of hashtags, 30 hashtags. It's not the same on LinkedIn. You don't need to have as many as that. Just focus on the ones that you want to trend under, something that you're always going to use that's going to be connected to your name, maybe something that's connected to your business name as well, if you want to have a hashtag that people can follow you under as well. Alrighty, cool. Just going to scroll back up to the next question. Terry. So Terry is saying, my sweet spot is primarily privately owned businesses who've been in business at least 3 years, who realize that they need more marketing expertise than they have, but they don't know who to hire or where to start. And I'm having trouble identifying them on LinkedIn. So Terry, I'm in a good place to help you. As a marketer myself, I'm in a very good place to help you. So your ideal clients are privately owned businesses, and I would be interested in knowing what size of small business they are. Are they more of a small business or even a mid-size SME? And I know you guys in the US don't really have mid-size SME in the same way we use that term over here. So what I mean by that is a company that's probably employing between 50 and 200 people, and they're turning over usually between a couple of million to maybe 50 million, something like that. So is it the small business owner end of the scale, or is it small business owners and these kind of what I call mid-size SMEs that you would work with? That's really super helpful. So mid-size SME. Awesome. This is a great audience to go out to on LinkedIn, right? So what you need is to be using Sales Navigator, and you just do need to be using Sales Navigator, because this is going to be the easiest way for you to target them. If you're using the free version, you just don't have the filters that you need. You obviously really want to make sure that you don't go lower than 10 employees, because you're looking for mid-size SMEs. So I would say I would trial the filters for number of employees at 10 to 50, and I would also do 50 to 200 as well. So you want to have those filters in, and you might do them separately. So do one audience targeting with CEO, the geographical location, 3 years in business, at least 3 years in the current position, and then entering in the 10 to 50 employees and target them and send your messages to them. And then you want to do another search, and you're then doing everything the same except for doing 50 to 200. And you want to just see if one works better than the other. And again, Terry, you're on my program, so the key thing here is your messages. Your messages are key, and you're going out to the CEO of the company. They're a mid-size SME, So you do want to take a little bit of time customizing the message, particularly your first connection request message. I would customize that, and I wouldn't be too salesy in that. I would look at them, their company, and just say why you're interested in connecting with them. Obviously, you only have 300 characters, so you don't have a lot, but just show that you have taken a little bit of time to find out who they are, and you've got an interest in connecting with them. And then your follow-up message is the one where you can actually say more about the problems that you help to solve. And of course, then you can go into like a case study of another mid-sized SME that you've been able to help during this time. What have been the benefit to them of working with you? How much more revenue were they able to make? How many more sales were they able to make? Even how many more customers were they able to retain? That can all be very important information. And so you could just do a little piece around that, and then say, look, if it's a priority for you to be able to drive more sales with your marketing, I'd be very happy to carve out a bit of time to have a chat with you and just talk you through some of the key suggestions I have for being able to do that. Because a lot of times these mid-sized SMEs don't necessarily, do marketing that well. They've done enough, they've got referrals, but they, often, even though they're turning over, quite a good amount of money, they often could be doing even better if they had more focus on the marketing and the sales side, particularly the marketing piece. And so that's where you come in, where especially if they've been affected by the pandemic, this is where you can really come in and help them. And I have a lot of clients at the moment I'm working with who are in that sort of mid-size SME range. They've never done LinkedIn. They've always done face-to-face selling, or they've sold through conferences. And of course, none of that is available to them right now. So, the marketing knowledge you can bring can really help them overcome their biggest obstacle, which is how to go from this face-to-face selling and this, the conference kind of selling and the selling offline, to knowing actually now how to sell through the online space. I mean, that's one of the elements that you can work with. And then there's other elements, of course, around the customer journey and all the rest of it. But that piece is what I'm noticing a lot of people coming to me for at the moment. Brilliant. Great. So Terry's saying, yeah, great to know that on Sales Navigator. So yes, fewer than 10 employees, and I end up consulting for 50 cents now. Exactly. Yeah. It's not your audience. So you need to use those filters. Totally. Reaching this audience is so specific. I must show that I know something about the company. It's a bit like going for a job interview. I can't claim to know their problems, but I can go in cookie cutter and blind. I can't go in. Exactly. So you can do a bit of research about them. The other thing I would recommend you doing, Terry, is I would definitely look through who your existing connections are and see if anyone is connected to people that you would like to go out to that are your ideal clients. And I would look for that warm introduction, because again, we want to cut down your time. We want to get you to a meeting as quickly as possible. So the best way to get a meeting really quickly is to get a warm introduction. So I would definitely be doing that. And the other thing that I've done with quite a few of my clients in this space recently as well, who are marketers for mid-sized SMEs, is actually, going out to people that they already know, people that they've worked with in the past. It's amazing how many of marketers I've been working with haven't been going out to their past clients. You're probably doing this already, but it's worth just doing a little line across to anyone that you've worked with in the past and just saying, would you have a few minutes for a chat? I'd love to hear how things are going for you. Obviously, there's been a lot going on, so I just want to check in and see how you're doing. I would definitely do that, because one of my clients just got a 6-month contract just from doing that. She got a new 6-month contract with quite a significantly large company, actually, that she's now going to be flat out working with them on their marketing for the next 6 months. So this stuff really works. Hopefully that's given you a few ideas just to move you forwards. Awesome. Yeah, you're so welcome. And we have a one-to-one as well, don't we? Because you have your bonus one-to-one call from the LinkedIn 40 Leads Formula program. So I can't wait to get on that call with you, because we can just dive into all of this and go into a lot more depth, which would be amazing. Fantastic. All right. Okay, so let's just scrolling back out to see all the questions. Here we go. Hey, Renee, good to see you as well. Welcome. Yeah, I love this. Maria is saying, I found Nemo and it's like finding the light at the end of the tunnel. It so is. So Maria was fortunate to be one of the first to hear my new anachronism and to experience it. So as being one of my coaches, she got it first. So yeah, it is light at the end of the tunnel. That's a great way to explain it. Dana is saying, I'm curious, if we are students, do we still pay to reserve tickets? I'm okay to do so, but I just want to clarify. So no, all of my students, guys, anyone that's on one of my programs, if you're on my LinkedIn Quality Leads Formula, or you're on my VIP program, or you've been on my client generated program in the past, or you're one of my mastermind students, if you're on any of my programs, past or present, you are going to get a complimentary bonus ticket. So it's the general tickets. You're going to get that for free. And so, don't worry, you do not need to buy your tickets. You are going to get an email very soon with all the details about how you can claim your bonus tickets. So, this is, yeah, I want you guys to be there. So, of course, don't worry about it, guys. You're going to be all sorted. Alrighty. Okay, so, I think I'm reaching, maybe it's an age thing, I don't know, but I think the screen time, I'm realizing that probably I need to get those little drops, for dry eyes and stuff, because I'm noticing that my eyes just start going a little watery. I'm not crying. It's just like a kind of little dry eye or allergy or something like that. So just give me a moment, and I'll try and make sure I don't look like I'm about to to blub my eyes out. Oh, okay. There we go. Yeah, and I've tried everything. I've changed my makeup and everything, but somehow it's still kind of if anyone has any tips for how to not get that little itchiness happening in the corner of your eyes, if you know what that's caused by, then I would be really open to any advice, because I know that there's probably people here who have the answer to that. Solve that problem for me. Awesome. Okay, Rose. So Rose is bringing a mindset question. That's fantastic. So Rose is saying, oh, my question may be a mindset one. Okay. I've been making the first contacts, asking for the initial connection on LinkedIn pretty well, and my list has grown to over 500. It's the second connection where I have trouble. I feel like I'm being invasive sending them a canned message, even though it is warm and personable. And there's a lot of talk out there saying stop DMing contacts, and I need to reframe. Okay. So first of all, Rose, if you think that your second message is warm and personable, then I have 100% confidence that it is. If you need any reassurance around that, I would speak to some of your existing clients or past clients, run the message past them and just ask them, what do you think of this message? If you were to receive it, not knowing me, through LinkedIn, how would you feel receiving it? And if they have some feedback, listen to their feedback, and there may be just little tweaks in some of the language that you're using that might just, make it even better. Or they might just say, look, it's amazing, it's perfect. It's totally what I was struggling with, and it's totally why I started to work with you. So that's one thing that you can do just to give yourself a bit more confidence about it. The other thing I would say to you is that, yes, we are hearing a lot of people saying that they don't like people DMing them on LinkedIn trying to sell them something. But you need to know that the messages that you've been crafting in Module 5 of my VIP and LinkedIn Quality Leads Formula programs are not salesy messages. The messages you guys have been crafting are messages that really speak to your ideal clients. And they're not trying to sell them anything. They're trying to actually give them some of your precious time to help them solve their biggest problems. So you're actually gifting your valuable time. And, your time, I know, Rose, is incredibly valuable. All our time is valuable. If we're willing to give that for free on a call, that's something we have to honor, right? And so what's happening for you is you feel like you're putting that message out and you're looking for something from the other person. And you're feeling like you're putting the message out with you needing something. Shift that energy, because actually, when you put out that second message, you are really, what you're doing is saying, I get that you might be struggling with these key problems that I've seen a lot of people that I've been working with struggling with. And I know what that's like. And I also know how you can solve it, because in my work with clients, we've been able to solve it. And I'm willing to give you some of my time. I'm willing to carve out some of my time to help you get an idea of some of these ways that you can solve your problem. Is that something you'd like to take up? So do you see what I mean? You're actually giving a gift in your second message. You're not going out with a need, you're going out with a gift. So I want you to really embody that change, because when you go out with a gift and when your message is really speaking to your ideal clients, and you have made sure that you've got the right filters that you're using on LinkedIn, so you are going out to your ideal clients, when they receive that message, they're like, oh my God, thank God. Thank God. Thank God. It's like a relief. Someone understands what I'm going through, and they're happy to give me some of their time to help me understand how I can solve this problem. It's a relief. And then they contact you saying, you know what, that's exactly what I've been struggling with. Yeah, I would love to have a call with you. And that is all you need to think about. You have to just focus on the people who really need the help. There are people right now, Rose, and I know who you work with. So there are women out there right now who are struggling with their self-esteem and their self-confidence, and they're doubting themselves, and they've got that critic going on, and they are staying awake at night. They are lying awake at night, worrying about whether they're doing a good enough job at work, feeling like they're not doing good enough at home with their family, and they need your help. And so when they receive your second message, they are going to be like, thank God someone gets where I'm at. Let me know if that helps, Rose, because it's really important. Because when you hear people saying, oh, I know people are DMing me and I don't like it and it's salesy, it can start to erode your confidence in what you're doing. And what you're doing is such a gift. I don't want you ever to erode your confidence in what you're doing. Just because some people don't understand that LinkedIn is a platform that we do business through doesn't mean that it should put you off, right? They don't have to accept your invitation if they don't want to. They don't have to connect with you. And this is what I always, I don't connect with everyone. There's some people I don't. If I know they're coming to me to offer me something that I don't want or need, I'm not going to waste their time and mine, right? So, don't be put off by people who don't understand that LinkedIn is a platform that we use for business, all right? Because you're here to make a difference in your clients' lives, and anyone else doesn't matter. You're here because you have a purpose, and you are here to help the people that you can help, okay? So don't let other people put you off from doing that. And LinkedIn is a fabulous way for you to actually connect with people who really need your help. So I'm just going to see what Rose said. Oh, you got kicked off the live but came back in the middle of what I said, but you got the idea of it. Okay, good. Hopefully you caught the last bit. You are such a wonderful person. You have so many gifts. I really want you to just embrace and feel confident about sharing that with people, because it doesn't matter what other people say. There are people who need your help, and that's all that really matters. Yes, that's what you needed to hear. Good. I'm pleased. And it's the same for everyone, guys. We all hear it. Just today I had a couple of people who posted on LinkedIn and just said, thank you so much. I've never worked with them, but they just said, thank you so much to Shelley Hutchinson, blah, 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 a few other people who've helped me so much with LinkedIn. Now, they haven't been clients of mine, but, they've been finding what I'm sharing useful, so don't be put off, right? Yeah, welcome if you're just joining us. Good to see you here. If you want to just give StreamYard permission to see your name, then I can see your name. And if you're wondering what we're doing, you can just ask your biggest questions. This is the opportunity for you to bring your biggest questions that have been holding you stuck in your business up until now, that you would really like some support with. And go ahead and ask your question. Just type it in the comments. Amazing. All righty. So let's go back up. I love it. Okay, yeah, so Renee is giving me some advice about this. Dry eyes have to do with tear ducts, and they're coming. Oh, amazing. Okay, well, I may need your advice on that one. Yeah. It's only started recently, but it's one of those things, probably too much screen time. So, hey, Mark. So Mark is saying, what I'm looking to do is grow my business by subcontracting projects as I have no time to take on any more clients personally at present. This is a good problem to have, Mark. So I want to use LinkedIn to win clients that I may subcontract to someone else. What do you think about using LinkedIn to recruit subcontractors by approaching them in the same way as potential clients? Absolutely. Absolutely. You can totally do that. Essentially what you are becoming is like a business development manager for your own business. That's essentially what you're doing. And there's lots of business development people out there using LinkedIn to do exactly what you're planning on doing. And of course, when you get to that point where you are fully booked with clients yourself, the next stage to grow your business is, of course, to have associates or, contractors that you then, bring the work in for them and you take a cut, a commission or a fee or whatever. So yeah, that is totally the next thing to do. The fact that you're happy to do the calls yourself works really well because obviously it's your profile and your name going forward. The kind of challenging thing is if you want someone else to do your calls and it's your name and your profile going out and connecting with people. So if it's you doing the calls, then that's really easy. If you want someone else to take the calls, then you might want to bring them onto a webinar, and then from there they book onto calls. So it's not such a direct. They're not directly thinking they're going to have the call with you. And so what you're doing in your messaging is you're bringing them onto the webinar. So again, that's in module 5 as well. We talk a little bit about that, but as you're one of our students on our program, if you have any questions about how to do that, just post into the group and we'll get you all the information. All right. Yeah, so Emma's saying, I'm just on the link right now. What do we do if we want to upgrade a complimentary ticket? Or will it be in the email you were sending? Yeah, so Emma, if you want to, as you're one of my students as well, if you want to upgrade to one of the other levels, we actually give you a 50% off discount. So anyone who's one of our students who would like to go for the VIP or the platinum or the diamond level, then you get a 50% discount on that. Just email info@clientnectar.com and we will get the information to you. We're actually just making we're just getting that all put together at the moment, so we can get that to you. So yeah, that'd be great. And I'm just going to ask, I think probably either Maria, if you would just make a note as well, so that we can of Emma, then we'll know to get in touch with you too. So that'd be awesome. Yeah, Valerie's saying gifting our time. That's exactly what it is, Valerie. It so is. And at this stage now, where I feel I am with my business, like my charge out hourly rate is $750 now an hour. That's where it's gone to. It's like 500 sterling or $750. So if I'm doing a free call with someone, they're like getting $750 for free. Like, so, I mean, when you don't always value, because if you don't have that charge out rate, you might not value your time in the same way. But for me, like at this stage, it's really like, I really get the value of if I'm doing a free call. I'm like, this is like, a big thing, but I feel like it's important to have that feeling about it, even when you're not charging that rate, even when you're starting out. I think it's really important to really connect with actually how valuable your time is, because you could choose to do any number of things with your time that don't involve spending it, giving it for free, right? There's so many other things that you could do, like just sit on the couch and have a cup of tea or spend it with family. It's really important to recognize that if you're choosing to give it as a gift to someone, like that is a huge thing. And then when you come from that energy, your messaging in LinkedIn is different. It has that energy in it and it gets picked up, and it gets valued more, because I really believe that people feel the energetic connection and the vibration that we're putting out as well. Not just what we put in our words, but also the unconscious feeling that goes with it. People do pick that up. Oh, I love these recommendations. Gently massage your eyelids. Oh, that sounds great. I'm totally doing that after this. I am totally doing that. Thank you, Emma. That's really, really helpful. Okay. Oh, I love all these recommendations. This is so good. Okay. Valerie is saying, I've just started a podcast which relates to my niche. Would it be a good idea to post a link and how? Podcasts are huge right now. And, obviously, Valerie, we know that when podcasts bring you a significant audience. There are a few things that are super important when you're doing podcasts in order to get the most out of them. And the first thing is that you need to tell people about your podcast. So yes, add into your LinkedIn profile in the headline, you can put founder of, and then if you have a name of your podcast, whatever it is, podcast, you can put that. And I would do that towards the end. So right at the end of your headline. Okay, that's one thing you can do. You can also put a couple of lines into your about section, again, towards the end, just before your contact details. You can even set it up as a work experience entry. Okay, so you can even set that up as its own entry as well in the work experience section. So that's just like how you put it on LinkedIn. The other thing is thinking about, which platform are you releasing your podcast on? Are you going to be tapped into any of these amazing platforms that are out there where they have an audience just looking and scrolling for podcasts to listen to? Obviously you want to take advantage of that free traffic to your podcast. So that is another aspect you definitely want to take advantage of so that your podcast gets seen by people who are actually looking for podcasts to listen to. And just being on a platform will do that. And so that's just a couple of ideas there, Valerie. Of course, tell your audience that you have, if you have any email list that you're building up, you can post on LinkedIn as well and share, your podcasts after they go live, the recordings of them. You can invite people onto the podcast as well. So obviously use social media to do that. You can use YouTube. I mean, you can even stream live to YouTube as you're doing your podcast as well. So you can stream to multiple places. Again, that can help you build YouTube, get traffic through YouTube as well. So there's quite a few different things you can do. I'm by no means an expert when it comes to podcasting. I have to say that, I'm really not an expert, but these are just a few things that can help you with your podcast, and just getting eyeballs to it and getting listeners for it. Yeah, so hopefully that was helpful to you. Okay, so Debbie's asking a question. I know my niche, my offer, but growing on LinkedIn, and only last night I finished my Canva on freebie that I would like to have people to go to my website to give their first name and email address. The next day, then I would see that the request on my landing page, and in a thank you letter, I will include the freebie, which takes them to my private Facebook group. 2 days later, I email them to see what they like best about the PDF, and then mention I would love a 10-minute get to know you call. And I think it's got cut off. What did I miss? Let me see. Brilliant. Get to know you call, and the supplement I offer that will be make reducing inflammation in the diet so much easier. Well, that's super important. Reducing inflammation is really key to health. So that's really, really important right now. Massively important right now with everything that's going on the health side. I'm just trying to see what your question is. Yeah, so Deb, just if you can type what your question is, because it sounds great, the process you're putting in place. Is there something you want to ask specifically about that process you put together with your freebie and stuff? Did you want me just to say if I think it's good or not? Or is there something else that you're asking around that? Because I'd like to make sure I answer your question right. Okay, so I have a landing page that's not yet connected to my freebie. I'm going to rewrite it to capture the email and name because I didn't yet have the freebie. Okay, I've had 250 looks at my landing page and no one has left their name and email. Okay, so what it sounds to me like is that you've been getting people, and let's just see, I think my I just need to move around. Sometimes my camera just goes a little bit blurry and then it will come back into view if I move a bit. So hopefully it will just come back into view in a moment. There we go. It looks like it's improving a little bit. Sometimes it just has a little bit of a problem with that. There we go. So if your landing page itself, from the sounds of things, is not converting, so there could be a couple of reasons for that. One could be the landing page itself that you've created is just not converting people. The other reason could be that the freebie headline that you're using or the title is not grabbing people. So it's going to be one of those two issues. Okay. So without seeing your landing page, it's a little bit difficult for me to say what the exact issue is. But if you've had 250 views of your landing page and no one's actually left their email and their name, then there is something that's not working. I would make sure that the tech side is actually working as well, because it could be a tech gremlin that actually people are trying to leave their names and email and it's not working. So just double check that it isn't a tech issue. The next thing would be to just make sure the placements on your landing page is really clear what the title is. There's a good amount of space just for the title, and that it also works on mobile, not just on laptop. So it's really good to actually kind of center your wording on your freebies like smaller than the width of the screen on a laptop or desktop, so that on the mobile it's going to actually be easier for people to see and easy for them to read, and then they'll be able to opt in easily. So I would check those elements on your landing page. I would then also just check obviously the tech piece, but then I would also once you've done that, I would also just check, maybe do a survey with your audience. Is the title that you're using really grabbing their attention or not? You can even just contact a few past clients or some friends who are your ideal clients and just run it past them, because if it's the title that you're using that's not really grabbing their interest, then that could be the thing that you need to change. So those are kind of the key things that I would look at. Okay, so Deb's saying, I've been active in LinkedIn in the past 3 months and people have checked me out. There had not been a referral or freebie yet to the landing page. I just wanted to recapture those 250 lookers. Okay. Well, I mean, it sounds to me like you had, like, if you're asking them on LinkedIn to leave their name and email in a comment, so that then you can send them the details, I wouldn't do that. I would say just give me a hell yes if you would like to have this freebie, and then you can private message them on LinkedIn to send them the link to register for it, because people won't leave their name and email if it's done publicly. And if you ask them to DM you, again, people aren't necessarily going to take that time to do that. So what you want to do is just capture their interest just by getting them to say hell yes, or indicate that they would yes please, or give me the download, or something like that. That would be the better way to do it. So maybe to do with that, yeah, I mean, there's a few different things that could be going on here, but it sounds to me like maybe something around that would help. But let me know, Deb, if one of those suggestions has helped, or if you're still a little bit unsure as to what to do. Okay, so just had the website on the banner and saw that they'd looked. So I mean, that's really, I wouldn't be put off by this. Once I get everything set up, once you've got the whole freebie set up so it can be downloaded, then you're going to be able to really tell what's going on. At this stage, I wouldn't worry too much. I think it's, if we stop too much and decide to do stuff based on how people respond to us, we never get the things out there that are going to be most powerful for our audience. So just check in with what your purpose is and what your passion is, and how your freebie is actually going to change the lives of your audience. How is it going to really help them and move them forwards with what they're struggling with? And get your freebie done. Get it all set up, okay? I love lead pages because if you use lead pages for the registration page, they give you high converting registration pages. So there's not a lot of guesswork involved in that. Otherwise, you can just model your registration pages online. If you email info@clientnative.com, we'll send you a couple of my opt-in freebie registration pages, or you can just go on my website and see them. But they're all high converting ones. My opt-ins have converted incredibly well over the years. So, don't just look at mine, because you'll see exactly what you need to do in terms of layout to make sure that works. And the other thing is, just don't be put off if you haven't had the response that you were expecting to have at this stage. Just get on and get that freebie done and up. Because ultimately, it's not how many people download the freebie that's important. It's about the right people downloading the freebie. That's the key thing. Your ideal clients downloading the freebie is the key thing. All right. Yeah, so Rachel's saying she's had the same issue. So hopefully that's helpful for you too, Rachel. Okay. It's great questions, guys. I really, really, really appreciate these questions. Ah, fantastic. Deb is saying, yeah, all these little technical things have slowed me down and I'm learning. Thank you for your suggestions, especially how it looks on mobile. You know what, Deb, we never stop learning. With my latest 3-day event and my priority notification list, it's the first time I'm ever doing a priority notification list. And I had all these things I wanted to do, and I'm on my 3rd tech person to try and actually get them to happen. So, I'm still learning. I could have just gone straight to a sales page with all the tickets and just the prices and just started with that. But I wanted to do something fun and give people a free upgrade opportunity, So there's nothing wrong with learning, and that's how we grow. So it's all of us have the who aren't that techie have the bugbear of the techie piece, and even people who are techie know that they're often just trying to fix things to get them working. So we're on the same page with this stuff. There's always stuff to learn, and you just got to keep putting one foot in front of the other with it, and know that you will get it out there. Just keep the faith with it. That's what I've been saying all day as we've been trying to get my page working fully. Yeah, Maria is saying every day is a school day. So true. So true. So Emma's saying, my website's being constructed. Does this disadvantage me if I'm going to be offering a high-end package, or is it irrelevant if my LinkedIn profile is on point? It's irrelevant if your profile is on point on LinkedIn. Your LinkedIn profile works as your web page. You don't need to have a separate website in order to gain clients through LinkedIn. In fact, a lot of my clients don't have a website set up, and they gain clients through LinkedIn. Even CEOs of companies, right? Even CEOs of companies have had clients pick up other clients and CEOs. So you don't have to have a website. Yeah. Simple answer. We're moving more and more in that direction, where actually we no longer need websites as essential as they used to be. And of course, sometimes it depends on the type of business you run, and if you want to do SEO on your website, and how you're going to get the leads in and the traffic to your website. And of course, that is an element. But if you're using LinkedIn, you don't have to have a website. That essentially is where we're at now. Awesome. Okay, right. So I'm just going to take a last couple of questions. I know Rachel had a question I could see. Yeah, so Rachel's saying, I think I missed your question. How is this program different from the LinkedIn Quality Lead formula? So what Rachel's talking about here is that I have a new program that I'm launching, which is called my Accelerator Mastermind. And this program is actually running now. I have 3 people in the program that have joined it already before I've even launched it, which is always something I recommend to you guys to do. And it is different from the LinkedIn 40 Leads formula, because it's a 12-month mastermind program that is really focused on helping you with the business growth aspect of growing your business. So it's focused on helping you to be able to take your business to 6 figures and beyond and have those 10 to 20K months consistently. So in LinkedIn Quality Leads Formula, you learn how to generate leads through LinkedIn and to start to get clients and to convert your people that you have calls with into clients. What this program does, my accelerator program, is more now around how to plan and structure your business in order to grow it, to the next level, which at the moment you might be mainly focused on one-to-one clients. And of course, you can still get to 100K just with one-to-one clients. And I will show you how to do that on the 3-day event. But if you want to take your business beyond 6 figures and you want to go into that 10 to 20,000 a month kind of range, you're going to need to start leveraging your time, and you're going to need to start leveraging your marketing. And so what I teach in this 12-month program is I help you with actually creating an irresistible group program so that you can leverage your time and move beyond one-to-one to one-to-many. I show you how to create webinars that actually allow you to convert lots of people through your marketing onto buying your programs, and you can either bring them onto one-to-one calls, where you sell them to them off the call, or you can do a close on the webinar. So I can show you how to do both. So I teach you both elements depending on which one you want to go down. And also then I teach you about high ticket selling as well. We go into a lot more detail on how to actually sell high ticket. And finally, we also look at your mindset and how to basically be in that 6-figure and beyond mindset so that you can grow your business. And of course, sort of supporting all of these different programs you get access to as part of the mastermind. We have weekly group calls, and there's a lot of focus on helping you with the accountability side and just that sort of prioritizing your tasks so you don't feel overwhelmed, planning your time, and then also being able to be accountable so that you complete what you set yourself. You complete your tasks, you complete your goals so that you can achieve those big goals and you keep moving your business forwards over the year. So it has a bit of a different emphasis to LinkedIn Quality Leads Formula, but you're going to learn a lot more about that in due course. And Rachel, again, if that program is of interest to you, just drop me a line. I'll ask Maria also to make a note, and I can just get some more details to you. And we can always hop on a call and have a chat about it. Fantastic. Awesome. And I'm super excited about this program as well. I feel like I put everything that I've learned over the last 6 years has gone into this program. So I feel like it's the best, it is a blueprint. It's like let's just make this easy. I've done this before with clients. I've taken quite a few clients to 6 figures and beyond. I've done this quite a few times before. I just want to make that process easy. So it's not like that confusing thing of how do I do this, especially when you get to that point where you're trading time for money, working one-to-one, and you're like, I don't have any more time to work with clients. How can I continue to grow my business and impact more people? Yeah. Oh, Maria is saying, I come from the era of business when putting your name in Yellow Pages telephone directory and having had to learn everything from scratch. If I can do it, anyone can. That's really great, really encouraging. Emma is saying, perfect, thank you. I can bin that limiting belief. Awesome. Love it. Yeah, I think a few people are agreeing with that too. Valerie said the same. Got a few others who feel the same way. Yeah, absolutely. Oh, fantastic. I love all of these interactions. This is great. Oh, that's so sweet. Totally, Renee. Yeah, it's true. We keep growing as we develop. It's, it's just great to be able to keep allowing new ideas to form and new strategies I can share, new programs that are going to help, just guide my clients through that process. Just make it easy. Let's just take this sort of stress out of it. Try and make it as easy as possible. I like to say make it inevitable. I like making success inevitable. That's really what it's about. Awesome. So also, a first step for you guys, if you're really enjoying what we've been doing today and the questions I've been answering on the Q&A, a first step for you guys is just come onto the priority notification list, because you're going to have 3 days of this, right? And it's April 20th to 22nd. We're going to have 3 days of how to grow your business, 3 days of answering all these questions, but also giving you my formula, my blueprint to growing your business. So, at the end of those 3 days, you're going to come away so much clearer on actually what your next steps are with your business, what that best next move is for you with your business, so that you can achieve those big goals that you have, and you can do it quickly. You can do it in less than a year, get to 6 figures and beyond in less than a year. Why not? This is what it's about. So I'm just going to share the link again for you guys to come on to sign up for the priority notification list. Oh, Maria's done it for me. So it's clientnexus.com/accelerate-your-impact-and-income. I probably should have made that a bit shorter, but and it just seems to be doing a ... So Maria is doing a ... rather than actually giving the whole link. Could you just pop it in again so that people can get the full link, because it's not showing it up in the comment section. Yeah, brilliant. So excited. It sounds like you're looking forward to it. Awesome. And if anyone's interested in the Accelerator Mastermind, wants to find out a little bit more about it, just send an email to info@clientnexus.com, and you'll be the first to know about this new mastermind that's being released. So, and for you guys that are just wondering, I want you guys to know that I signed up 3 people without even having a sales page for the program. So if anyone is thinking that you need a website, you need a sales page, you need all these things to sign people up to your programs, you don't. You just need to know what you're selling and be able to speak it. If you can do that, you can sign people up. So that's kind of really part of this, is that it's about, growing your business is not about having everything perfect. It's about just getting clear enough and then sharing what it is that you can, what you want to do and how you want to help people, and knowing that it's a fit. So, some of the people that signed up for the mastermind, I actually was in dialogue with them, and they partly shaped what I put into the program, because I said, so this is what I'm thinking of doing. I'm thinking of this and this, and you've been saying, you've been struggling with this, this, and this. How does this sound to you? And we had emails back and forth. I mean, beautiful. It was amazing. They were willing to just take the time to just say, look, this is what I'm needing from a program. And so I was like, this is what I'm thinking of offering. Does that kind of fit? And then, they came back and said, I like that bit. I'm not so sure about that bit. I kind of want this bit in there. Would you cover this bit? And it was so they ended up being part of the process that has led to create the program. And I didn't even have a sales page, right? So I just want to give you that confidence. We can make it up a little bit as we go along. And of course, then when we're ready to sell it to more people, we need a sales page at that point. But you can do it in a very organic way, where you're literally just having conversations with your ideal clients, and you're just feeling out what they're needing, and then just having that conversation, and they'll come back and say, look, that's exactly what I'm wanting. So yeah, awesome. Yeah, so Emma's saying she'd like the mastermind information as well. Okay, brilliant. So Maria, can you just make a little note for me? We have Rachel, and also make a note about sending Emma as well details. So we'll get you booked in for a call with me. We can have a chat about it. Fantastic. Fantastic. Awesome. Yeah, Deb, that would be great. Definitely get yourself onto the priority notification list. And we will just see if we can get that across to you if you haven't been able to download the link. We'll make sure you have it. Okay, fab. All right, so I think we might be kind of coming to the end of all the questions that I can see so far. Yeah, we kind of maybe coming to the end. So I just want to say thank you to all you guys for coming and turning up. We are going to do another Q&A session in a couple of weeks' time. I think I put it down for the 30th. I'm going to have to check on that, 30th of March. So I will keep you posted anyway, because in the run-up to the 3-day event, I really want to just you know, keep like the conversation going with you guys. Keep finding out what you're struggling with, what you need help with, and starting to answer those questions for you. And then that way, when we come to 3-day events, you know, you'll come on the event and it'll be like totally spot on with helping you with your biggest questions. It'll be like, I'm just going to be giving you the right information that you need so that you can, you know, we'll be like boom, 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 working you through all of those kind of things that have been holding you back and keeping you stuck. So I know what I want to teach, but this process of Q&As is just giving me more feel for what you're needing. So, you know, thank you for coming on and being part of this today. Let me know if you've enjoyed it. Has it been helpful? You know, give me a hell yes. I do like having a bit of, getting a bit of the approval that you're actually getting a lot out of this. So just say if it's been, you know, how you've been finding it. I'd love to hear that from you before we sign off. Yeah, Valerie's saying thank you. Oh, Valerie, it's awesome to see you here, Valerie. You know, and awesome to like get to have this session with you guys. Cleaner, great session, great questions. Thank you, Shelley. You're very welcome. Great to have you here, Cleaner. Yeah, awesome. Fantastic. Ah, well. Oh, brilliant. Emma's saying thank you. It's been so great. As always, you're so giving. You're so welcome, Emma. I'm so glad I got to have this time with you and just answer some more questions. You know, your questions in particular that you have. Yeah, it's awesome. Ah, hey, Carolina. Good to see you here too. It was awesome. Glad you enjoyed it. Brilliant, Mark. So Mark's saying thank you very much. It's very useful and sound advice. Awesome. Sandra's saying I was a bit late joining, but sounds great. Thank you, Shelley. Fantastic. Awesome, Sandra. Great. Well, I'm so glad you joined me. And of course, if you came in late, you can listen to the recording. It is going to be in the Facebook group, so you can just listen back to it. It will be, after I finish, it will be there for you to watch. I will also send it out in my emails as well. And of course, I would love you guys to sign up for the priority notifications list for the 3-day event, because then you're in with a chance of getting that upgrade as well, which would be awesome. So I will sign off for now, but yeah, lots of love to you guys. Thank you for turning up, and you know, just keep knowing that your big success lies around the next corner. Just know, you know, always trust that whatever your goal is, it's literally just around the corner. And at that point, when you are about to give up, that is when you're closest to achieving your goals. Okay. So I want you to know that, really hold that when you're at that point that you're about to give up on your goal because it's, you know, too frustrating or too difficult, you are at the closest point to achieving your goal. Okay. I know that's a really odd concept, but it's an important one to remember because, you know, there are things that are going to try our patience along this journey. There are things that aren't going to work the way we want them to, like the tech side. But you know, it's not always like that, you know. But you know, keep in mind the long goal, you know, the long game. Keep in mind where you're going. Keep in mind what this is all about, really. You know, and if you hold that, that's going to just take you through, and you'll just sail through whatever comes up along the way. Awesome. Fantastic. Good to see you guys. Yeah, well done. Well done, Valerie. Yeah, Maria's saying much love. All right, guys. Well, have a great rest of your day. Enjoy, and I look forward to seeing you on the next Q&A as well, if not before. And get on that priority notifications list. Go and sign up for it so that you can be one of the first to hear about when the tickets go on sale for my 3-day Accelerate Your Impact and Your Income event. Bye for now.